welcome to the Arnette Report. This is a video business magazine that's designed to illustrate best practice examples about how local merchants and business people are going about doing their marketing and advertising and making things work. And we have an interesting crew with us today. We have a lot of fun, and of course Ines LeBow has agreed to come back on with us and give us some insight, and welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So give us a little background on your business and how things are going.
First of all, I want to tell you that my parents were Holocaust survivors.
Wow.
And we went to Argentina, and I was born in Argentina, and we came to the U.S. when I was 10 years old because my mother's family was here. She had 12 brothers and sisters.
Wow.
And I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. My parents, when they came here, opened restaurants.
Oh, wow.
And when I was 10, I worked in the restaurant with them, peeling peaches, working with the chef, working with the customers. And I loved being in that kind of environment. And it ended up that it was in my DNA, helping to grow companies and fix companies, and I learned all that from my parents.
Wow. Well, give us some insight about your business.
So the name of my company is Enterprise Transformation Solutions, and for 35 years, I was in companies. I was recruited by venture capital, private equity, board members, and CEOs. Right. And I went into these companies and helped turn them around. They wanted to exit, but they had really low valuations, so they wouldn't be able to exit.
Yeah.
So out of 12 companies, we exited 9 of them successfully.
Wow.
And I was really hooked. I love the before picture, right? It's a mess, and the after picture, and focusing on the employees and communication, the customers, process and procedures, and execution, right? Execution is everything. And so from there, we sold our last company in 2015, and I thought, I want to do this as my own business. And so that's how ETS for short was born. And I'm working actually with startup companies who need funding, scale-up companies who need to be next stage growth for their companies, and turnaround management companies who want to exit.
Well, give us an idea about how people benefit from working with you, because you named a couple of situations there about exit strategies, which a lot of people don't have when they go to retire.
So, the first thing I wanted to tell you today is that since I last was here, I started a new business unit.
Oh, wow.
And I'm preparing entrepreneurs for investment. And that's been really exciting. I come to find out that they have a product or they have a service, and they want to now go get funding. And the reality is, they don't at that point know what is their value proposition. Why this product? Why this service? Did you look into the market? Is there a market for this product or service? Right? What's your why? Why are you doing this? And so I help prepare with them 1 or 2 page executive summary and a pitch deck with them. But to get to a 1 or 2 page summary, their process requires for them to go through 20 steps. You need to have a business plan, a novel idea, right? A business plan. You need to have your financials. You need to have what's your market? Do you have a market? Who's your competition? Investors don't like to hear, there's no competition.
Right. They like to see structure.
Right.
And that sounds like that's what you help people provide, to thinking through that structure.
And there are 3 things that they're really, actually there are 4. 3 things. One is who's driving the bus, right? Because they want to know who's your team. Is this
Right.
team going to be able to execute, right?
Right.
Two is who's your competition? Because how big is this market that you're in? And the third thing is, how am I going to get my money back, right? But the fourth thing is you need to be able to tell your story. You know, why did you decide? They need to it needs to resonate with them. And this blew me away. Investors only take 3 minutes and 40 seconds to read your material. That's it.
Wow.
So you have to tell your story
Succinctly.
succinctly,
To the point.
clear, right, executable, relatable, right? And so they have a lot of problems. I'm working right now with a client who is in the medical field in the DNA area. And so when he came to me, he's just telling,
He's all over the map,
I'm not
right?
a doctor. And so what I tell everybody, it needs to be in English. So Jeff, if we bring it to you, you go, I get this, right?
Right.
Or if I take it to Steve or anybody, I pick someone off the street, they go, oh, I know what you do.
So it's got to be that simple and easy to understand
Right.
in layman's terms, not the technical things that the doctors normally do.
Because the investors, the majority of them, they're investing, they're betting on the team, or this is a really big competitive market, and so I can see where this would fit in, right?
Right.
But they're not technical, right? So it needs to be relatable service.
So that's a 20-step process?
20-step,
Oh, my goodness.
it's a process.
But it's essential if you're going to have the clarity you need to get the investors on board.
Because how are you going to start a company without having a business plan?
Well, that's fantastic. That is so much cool about what we were talking about before. It's different than what you were doing now. It's more impactful. What's on the horizon for you?
So it's been really exciting because I've had the pleasure of I put a seminar together on this, and I've had the pleasure to present for the Wharton School. They asked me to do a presentation
Wow.
on preparing executives for funding, and I was at GW. I was a judge. They have an entrepreneurial program for the
Okay.
students.
Right.
And at the end of it, they get money, huge amount of money, to get their businesses started. And I've been really lucky that from the venues I've been at, I've been able to get clients.
That's phenomenal. And we have information on you at the end of the show with some of the trailers to go through. And what's the easiest way for people to reach you directly?
It is LeBow, L-E-B as in boy, O-W, at transformationsolutions.pro, or you can call me, 314-578-0958.
And we want to thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank you
coming
very
by
much.
again, and I'm sure we'll be doing more of this.
Thank you very much, Jeff.